People always tell you not to compare yourself, that you are unique, and that everything will unfold gradually. However, you feel that your goal is unattainable. No matter how easy it may seem, it feels like climbing a very steep mountain without a harness. You reach a point where you compare yourself to others your age and start to observe their achievements, the things they have accomplished. You feel that they are living a good life, and it affects you negatively. A sense of discomfort invades you as you compare yourself, feeling like others are winning the game, ultimately making you feel like a loser. It seems to be something inherent in human nature. We always want to compete, always aspiring to be the best. When we fail to reach that position, our world crumbles. It seems inevitable, this tendency to compare ourselves, and we wonder why they can and I cannot. What takes you 10 years, others achieve in 2. You feel confined. Deep down, you feel that you could achieve something, but it seems unattainable. The negative comparison with others triggers even more significant issues, such as low self-esteem or loss of self-confidence. The lack of self-esteem stemming from comparing yourself to others devalues you and makes you feel inferior. You see yourself as an ant next to towering skyscrapers, not valuing yourself. This situation contributes to the loss of confidence in your actions and abilities. And despite your efforts to regain that confidence, it feels like it's slipping away as if you were bleeding out. Any attempt you make seems destined to fail, not because there's a likelihood of error, but because you feel it won't work simply because you're the one doing it. You feel like everything you do turns into a disaster, culminating in an imminent failure. However, you must know that what really affects you is not the comparison itself, but that you are self-programming for things to happen this way. Before undertaking something, you are already predetermining your behavior. If you start a project and intrusive thoughts of failure attack you, unconsciously due to your lack of self-confidence and low self-esteem, the project will lead to an imminent failure due to poor project management, a sort of self-sabotage. This becomes a vicious circle, an overwhelming amount of attempts after attempts with no success. Bad feelings grow like a snowball, accumulating resentments, anxieties, sadness, and projects of failure. An imminent sadness invades you, feeling like you will never achieve anything. You look around and only see successful people of your age, or even younger, living a dream life, the life you have always wanted. Opening any social network, you encounter people who have succeeded, who have reached their goals, while you feel trapped in a pit with slippery walls, perceiving any attempt to climb as impossible. In the current era, constant comparison not only extends to material achievements, but also to physical appearance and lifestyle. Social media has amplified this trend, creating constant pressure to meet aesthetic and well-being standards. The proliferation of carefully selected images and seemingly perfect lives can generate a feeling of inadequacy and constant self-evaluation. The obsession with comparing our bodies, lifestyle, or appearance with others can have significant repercussions on mental health. Unrealistic expectations and the pursuit of perfection can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and insecurity. However, anguish, anger, anxiety, sadness, and discouragement are part of the journey to success. Life is a set of emotions, a balance we must learn to handle. There must be both negative and positive feelings in this journey. You may wonder, why negative feelings? It's simple. Ugly as it may sound, these feelings are what truly drive you to achieve your goals. If you only experience positive feelings, you might not even try to pursue that cherished dream. We are accustomed to discarding or ignoring any negative feeling, restraining ourselves from living without them. However, these feelings could transform into something positive. We could use them to move forward. The helplessness and sadness of not getting what we want could turn into strength and willpower to climb towards our goals. Anger and despair could transform into resilience and perseverance. Instead of constantly comparing ourselves with others and feeling envy, sadness, and resentment for their achievements, we could turn it into strength. Unfortunately, unlike positive feelings, negative ones seem to keep emerging. For most people, life often feels like an ocean of sadness with small joys, like a black sea of bad vibes, an ocean of hopelessness and discouragement. If you don't know how to swim, it's easy to feel like you're drowning in this sea. You must learn to transform that sea, purifying it little by little so that it becomes clearer and clearer until achieving balance. Recognize that not everything can always be positive. Life is full of ups and downs, and that's how we can truly experience it. Negative and positive feelings will always exist, and we must learn to live with them. The final decision is in your hands. You have control over your life and decide when that negativity should turn into fuel to reach positivity. Perhaps you feel that comparing yourself serves no purpose, but it does. If you know how to compare yourself, if you know your position and your place, if you know yourself well and know how far you can go, comparison can be beneficial. The person you admire and feel has gone far is nothing more than a reflection of your promising future if you set your mind to it. Be careful with your thoughts, as they can truly influence your mood and perception of yourself. Life is a matter of perspectives, and sometimes you can self-perceive as useless when you really are not. The way you perceive yourself can make a difference in your emotional well-being. Depending on the perspective, comparing yourself can be both positive and negative. You can get stuck in negative feelings, anxieties, and sorrows, or you can simply move forward, live your life your way, and focus on yourself, the way you think is right. As mentioned earlier, comparing yourself with others can be beneficial or harmful depending on the perspective. Every time you compare yourself to someone, don't measure yourself only by how you feel at that precise moment. Measure your progress and well-being overall, also considering your future perspective. You will see that your perception will change. You will know what goals to aim for to reach the big goal. Remember that this is not a race. Try to maintain a neutral perspective on yourself. Avoid punishing yourself every time you don't achieve something. The path to your goals is a process, and it's essential to value progress, learning, and effort beyond immediate results. Maintain a compassionate attitude towards yourself as you progress on your journey. Remember that people who have reached great heights had to overcome considerable obstacles. The vast majority achieved their goals step by step. Don't despair and find your way to climb the mountain. Don't underestimate the difficulty of the path. If you try to shorten it too much, you risk falling and suffering a painful fall. Keep your mind firm, be compassionate with yourself, and advance little by little. Society bombards us with standards of success and happiness, but it's essential to understand that true fulfillment comes from authenticity and alignment with our personal values. If you find it challenging to transform your negative feelings into positive ones, instead of measuring your progress based on external comparisons, focus on developing a deeper connection with yourself and cultivating meaningful relationships. It's worth noting that constant competition, like everything else, can overshadow life's simple joys and distract our attention from what truly matters. Practicing gratitude and focusing on our experiences and relationships, rather than material possessions, can help us break free from the trap of constant comparison. It's crucial to understand that each individual has their journey and faces their internal battles. Behind the facades of success and perfection, we all experience challenges and struggles. Finally, constant comparison in the modern era encompasses more than tangible achievements, extending to the sphere of appearance and lifestyle. This habit can have a significant impact on mental health and self-perception. Overcoming the trap of constant comparison involves recognizing the uniqueness of each individual, practicing gratitude, and focusing on authentic personal development. Additionally, fostering empathy and mutual support contributes to creating a more compassionate and accepting society.